Hello. How are we doing tonight? Hopefully well. Yeah. So here we go. 1:10 a.m. on Sunday night, Monday morning, April 30th / May 1st, 2023. Current temperature is, I'll be honest, it's on the warm side for one of these for sure. It's probably about 68, 69 degrees, so right under that 70 degree cutoff. And this is it, folks. This is the grand finale to the whole season. And I want to address the elephant in the room. I know there haven't been that many episodes this season. We only did like 2 or 3. Well, officially on the books. That's the part that most people don't realize, is that there are many unreleased episodes of this series in particular, especially since it's a stream of consciousness kind of thing, is I have to be mindful at the end of the day what I'm putting out there. So these things act as a form of like a confession almost, you know. It's like some kind of like therapy session, basically. So all of them are necessary, but only some of them should be public, you know, because sometimes it goes a certain direction, and I don't. Like I let it go wherever it tries to, and then the result isn't always something that I feel should be shared on this channel. That's all. Not that I'm like trying to hide anything or whatever, and sometimes it's on me. Sometimes I'll just fall asleep or blank out, or who knows if this one's even gonna be okay. I think it will, though. I have that feeling. But yeah, so I've made maybe 10 attempts over the past 6 months or so to do these, and about 3 or 4 of them have passed my next day approval test and gone out. But even still, that's, I think, fewer attempts than usual. I don't know. But and there's a lot of factors for that. I mean, the biggest one is just my lifestyle right now. The phase that I'm in of my life, the current chapter. Not sure I have a name. I usually come up with a name for it after the fact. So, I mean, I guess for right now, the tentative thing would just be the Trinity Solar, or the Trinity Solar Outreach chapter. So my job, I'm not sure how much I've talked about it. Well, yeah, no, I have. You guys know what I do. You already know. So Trinity Solar, I'm part of the field marketing. It's a little recap here. So I go door to door and do cold calls and schedule people appointments for no obligation consultations with a solar professional who then tries to sell them solar. So that's the basics of what I do. And of course, just about everybody is not interested in solar prior to my arrival. So that's the unofficial job description, is to get them interested in getting the info and confirming it. So, and that's the biggest one right there. So yeah, so that's what I do, and because of the nature of the job, which I wasn't fully aware of when I applied for it. Oh, there's a plane. I better get closer to I live right next to the airport. Let's see. Instead of pausing it, we're just gonna wait it out. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, there we go. But yeah, yeah, I didn't really realize what it truly was when I first started. And it's really, to be successful at it requires it to be more than just a job. It's really a lifestyle. And that's what I try to tell the people that I train, because I'm a team lead now. I've been a team lead for about a month. I've been a leader, like in unofficial lead. Like, I've been attending the leadership meetings and, doing some of the things, training people for a while, but I've been an official team lead. For April was my first full month as a team lead. So, which is, I mean, it's not, I don't get like a raise or anything, but it's good. It's a step in the right direction for sure. But yeah, to be successful at it's really a whole lifestyle. I've learned a lot of skills like discipline, time management, accountability, patience, persistence, positivity, just to name a few. And it's helped me a lot in all areas of my life, like people skills, social things, empathy, communicating better with people, being more efficient, and this is all kind of that's just to name a few. But so I've just been in that zone and that lifestyle ever since, and I wasn't fully aware of it when I first started, but it was always in my mind that I needed to make changes, I needed to do these things, and it's kind of a gradual thing. I need to focus on one thing at a time. It's kind of how I operate. So it's like, okay, what's the next most urgent thing that I need to fix or improve or whatever, and then do that. And then once I feel satisfied with that, then on to the next thing. And there's always something. So whether that's certain people in my life that maybe I need to sever the tether with, so to speak. So certain substances or things that are no longer of any use, or maybe weren't really even in the first place, things like that, or just certain habits or algorithms that I find myself falling victim to. I don't really like that word, but certain cycles that I find myself in that are ultimately holding me back, or whatever it might be. It could be something small, and a lot of times it is, and those things are quicker. It's like a day, a couple days, and then the bigger things are a lot longer than that, because it's not just the one particular action, but it's a whole mindset and like a chemical balance, if that makes any sense. Even if it doesn't, it's still the case. But yeah, that's the so yeah, because of that lifestyle, I just haven't, man, I hate to sound like one of those people. I really, really, truly do. I just haven't had the time, man. I haven't had the time or the energy. The energy is most important, because with these things, like even right now, I'm starting to get a little tired because it's about my bedtime. So that's why I'm maybe a little more chill or relaxed. Not under the influence of anything. I'm completely sober. I'm just getting a little tired. And you know how it is when that melatonin hits, when it gets released, you know, when the sleepy time juice starts to flow. You get a little, you know what I'm saying? Just get a little bit looser. But yeah, if you get too loose, then I can't do this. It was just not a good, valuable use of time. So I spend very little time at home. I'm basically just here to sleep, and then, or else to like do work that needs to be done here, or focus on my other creative endeavors, namely music, which I may be doing a big reveal on very soon. I've gradually been revealing some of it on the channel. I hope you notice an improvement, that it's getting better, and it's about to get a lot better. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah. But music is my main focus or priority. Yeah, priority, I guess, because that is what I do see myself making a career out of. I've made that very clear to everyone in my life, even though there's some people that refuse to see it that way. But that's a different conversation. But yeah, so the guitar is the main thing. So if I am home and I do have energy, I'm most likely going to be doing that. So it's just, and then of course the weather needs to cooperate, because it's not, just because it's in season doesn't mean every night's acceptable. If it's above 70 degrees, I just straight up won't do it. That's my policy. That's just how it is. And in Florida, it's usually above 70 degrees. So, you know. But yeah. So let's see, let's go through the checklist here. So we got work. We already touched on that a little bit, but it's been going well. Overall, in the things that matter, it's a consistent improvement. That's not always reflective on paper. For example, this month I ended with 14 demos. I swear I explained what a demo is already, but yeah, it takes 5 seconds to give you the recap. So it's called a warm transfer when I set the appointment, and a demo when the appointment happens. So that's what we call the sit rate, or the confirmation rate. So you set the appointment, say for tomorrow. The company reaches out to the homeowner a few hours before their scheduled time. They need the homeowner needs to confirm it in order for it to happen, for me to get credit for it. It's another it's another fucking plane. Alright. We're good? Alright, we're good. But yeah, so the demos, so 14 of those, and so I had a relatively low sit rate because I set, I don't know, I don't keep track of the exact number, but probably about 70 warm transfers over the month. Because I was in this one area for like 2 weeks. I just didn't get any demos at all. They just didn't sit. I set, I think, 25 warm transfers while I was there. And it seemed like normal people, normal stuff. Did the same thing I always did. And none of them sat. And I can't explain it. I don't know. I have no idea, but it can't be coincidence. There's got to be something going on in that area specifically. But it just baffles me that, like, I was still able to get the appointments, and everything else was normal, except they just didn't confirm. I don't know. I'm still figuring that one out. But by the time I finally bailed on it, I already missed the first week of the month. I was there last week of March and first week of April, which is the worst possible scenario because it affected my numbers in both months. March, I ended with 17 when I absolutely 100% was pacing for 20. But it's just that last month I didn't get anything because of that. And then first week of April, so I already started behind the 8 ball, so to speak. Oh man, that's it's a little too close to home. That's started a little behind. And now, yeah, so I would have had 20 to 25, but because of that, I was only able to grab 14. So technically an off month, but as far as my skill set and my strategies and my practices, it's only improved. It hasn't gotten worse. And it hasn't stagnated. So I'm getting better as a leader. And my team's called the Sauce Squad. So, got the sauciest reps in all of Florida. It's as an office, we're kind of having trouble keeping people. They'll quit after a day or 2 days, or just not produce. So I'll just get written up a bunch of times until eventually they get let go, or they just decide that it's not for them. So it's not for everybody. It takes a certain kind of person, and then that's not necessarily like it's got to be something like a specific background you come from or whatever. It's like, no, none of that really matters. You don't have to have a college degree or anything. It's a fucking airplane. Come on, man. It's fucking 1:30 in the morning. You just getting here now? But yeah, it's only getting better, and that's about it, really. The next month I get 20 demos. Then the assistant regional manager, basically the guy that runs all of Florida, assured me that we shook hands on it, so it's official, that he'll get me an interview for sales, which is where I really want to go, and I'll be one of the solar pros, or have a chance to become one of the solar pros, which I know I'll do because I know what's required, expected, and desired of me, and I fully could pass all those with flying colors. So very next month, hopefully May is it. Should be. I don't see any reason it wouldn't be, actually. So let's go. Let's do it. I'm excited. Brand new month coming up. Clean slate. And yeah. It's, what else was I gonna say about that? I was gonna say something about that. Oh yeah. So unfortunately, it's the metrics for Elite Pay, which is what I'm on, getting $250 for every one of those demos, every appointment that's confirmed. I need 16 demos a month to maintain it. So March I ended with 17, so I kept it. April, because I was too short, I may be kicked off from Elite Pay for the month of May, which means I'd be on standard pay, which would suck because it's only like 500 something a week. So that would be like 2,000 to 2,500 a month, and then factoring in any commission I get, and then I'd still be a team lead, so I might get the team lead bonus. So say I get 3,000 net in the month. My rent's $1,848 plus utilities. That's like 2,100 right there. So that's already most of it. And then my car payment is 500 and insurance is 400, so 900 right there. So that's it. 2100 and then 900, that's 3000. So that would just pay my rent and my car. So I'm on my own for gas, groceries, my phone bill, my subscriptions, everything. So whenever I'm like pressed for money, there's a certain kind of stress that comes with that. That's it's not pleasant. Like that's when shit gets real. When like you can't pay the bills, can't buy anything. It's like fucking airplanes. Please, I'm doing a thing here. Do you mind? Can you land after I'm done? Jeez. My apologies, folks. These are some very inconsiderate pilots. But yeah, Elite Pay. I need to keep Elite Pay. I gotta stay on Elite Pay. So I hope that they let me stay on it in May, especially if I do get those 20 demos, because then I get paid a lot more for them. But you know me, I'm the sauce boss. I always find ways of making money. There's always pedicabbing. That's the second thing. Is because of these uncertain financial times, I've been gravitating back towards that. I went out on a Friday night this week for the first time since getting on Elite Pay initially in November. I didn't stay out the whole night, but in retrospect, maybe I should have, because I left after the event. It was an event Friday night, and I made $70. And I was like, okay, that's not bad. The weekly lease is $125, so I made close to that. Definitely pass it Saturday because I'll work the full night, and then Sunday will be bonus money, so I should still make $300 to $500. Was kind of the idea. And so then Saturday night was pretty slow. It was a really weird Saturday. Usually Saturday night's like guaranteed money, but just for whatever reason this week just wasn't as poppin'. But I've made 110, which is like, so 110 plus 70 from Friday is 180. So weekly is 125. That puts me at a net positive for 55. And then we still had Sunday night. So I was like, okay, that's something. And then when I got back to my car, I realized I locked my keys inside my car. So I had to call a locksmith and wait an hour. Ended up falling asleep waiting for him to get there. And because Saturdays are a long day for me, I have to get up at 7 a.m. because I go to work early with Trinity Solar, and I do that until 5, and then I had pedicab until 3 in the morning. So by that point, and I usually am not on a lot of sleep to begin the day, and then it's my longest day, so by 4 a.m. I was not in the mood for any of that, so ended up being 5:30 a.m. by the time I got home. So that was last night. This is Sunday night. So I had to pay $120 for the locksmith because there was only one guy available at 4 in the morning. All the other places were closed, so he can charge whatever he wants. So that's a negative 10 for Saturday, and then Friday I only paid half the lease. So I figured, all right, well, at least I'll have Sunday night so I could at least break even. And I went out tonight, and nah, man, there's more cops out there than there are people. It's crazy. They got all the roads blocked off. I can't go anywhere. Can't pick people up from anywhere they're coming in from. I can't take people to where they're trying to go to. And this is not a lot of people to begin with, so decided, fuck it. So went in, because it's, generally I'd be out there till about 3, so I would be out there right now if it was a normal Sunday night that I'm used to, like the good old days. But ever since they started this new chapter in the downtown era, it really makes it a lot harder for us. So Friday and Saturday nights are the only nights that we can actually work out there and make money. And then Friday nights, I got to go to bed as early as possible because I got to get up at 7 a.m. on Saturday, the most important day of the week and for solar. So it's really just Saturday night now. And, this Saturday I only made 1/10, so that wouldn't even cover the weekly lease. And even if it did, like if I made 200 on Saturday, that's only a net of 75. Is that worth my gas and my time and the inevitable lunch break and everything? So that's adding another layer of stress, is not having a guaranteed source of supplemental income. But it's all right, man. It's all right. Life has a way, and everything happens for a reason. So there's one particular person in my life that has been very influential to me in helping me on my journey, helping me understand who I am and the world around me. Mainly the world around me. Just a little glimpse behind the curtain on what's going on. I'm not sure I agree with him on every single thing, but to each their own. I think as far as the bigger picture goes, I don't even know about that, but I picked up a lot of nuggets from him for sure. And you know who you are. You definitely know who you are if you're watching this, and if not, then let's leave it at that. Yeah, he's been. No, he hasn't been on this channel. Maybe soon though. We'll see. I'd have to preface it a certain way, but we'll see. But yeah, so that's a shout out to him. And then my main takeaways from the past few months have just been to just not worry about it. My problem I think one of my biggest downfalls in the past has been overthinking. Just stressing myself out over nothing. Just making a big deal out of nothing. And a lot of that was amplified significantly by certain things I was doing and behaviors and, like I said, those cycles and algorithms that I was getting caught in. But now, since becoming aware of that and having the discipline to, I'm getting bit by mosquitoes out here. There's no breeze at all, so I'm gonna move it inside for the rest of this. I'll still keep going, but now that we've got in that state of mind for being out there, it should carry over at least a few more minutes. The couch is fine. At least now you can see some stuff a little bit, kinda. This is my apartment, some of it. And Olivia's living room here. I'm gonna set the phone down right here. I turned the AC on before I went out there, so it's getting nice and cool in here. Got a little blanket. But yeah, so that's been a huge problem for me. It's overthinking. and just so much drama. Everything, like, just blow things out of proportion. And I was also another revelation that I had. Not gonna say how I had it, but to say it was a revelation, was that I've just been too self-centered. I've been too, like, my ego has gotten in the way of so many opportunities, and for me to evolve, it's been in the way. And I agree. I didn't fully realize all of those instances that it manifested itself in. But once I was shown some examples, it clicked with me, and I was like, okay, so these are some things that cannot continue moving forward. So make a lot of changes for all that. So the message that has been showing itself to me has just been, be more selfless, be more empathetic, listen to people. Everybody else, you're not any better than anybody else. Everybody has a right just like you do. And respect that. Respect other people. And which I thought that I did. And of course I do to some extent. But I was shown examples of not that. So yeah, so just respect other people and have empathy. And I'm not even sure I should be saying all this, but I wasn't explicitly told not to, so I'm gonna assume that I can. I was told that I'm destined for greatness, or some kind of unique opportunity, or unique role in history, so to speak. But my perception of this wasn't in the way that it would have been if I heard that in the past, where I would get all excited and all whatever. It was more just like, oh, okay. It's just like acceptance of that. And then, but I was told that that's not just guaranteed. Like, I can't just like sit back and wait for that to happen. I have to earn it. It just means that it's something that I'm capable of, something that can happen. Not necessarily that it guaranteedly will, but it's kind of up to me to make it happen. Not with force, but just by lifestyle and mindset. So I'm not sure exactly what the nature of the greatness is, but I'm sure I'll get more details as time goes on and as I ideally get closer to that, but probably in any case. And then the biggest thing that like was the most intense part of it was that I will be tested. I will be tested a lot, frequently and intensely. And be mindful of that and remember that I'm being tested. Be mindful of that before I react. And know that it's part of something bigger and respects that something bigger. And that's huge for me. That right there is what really has made the difference in how I go about day-to-day life, how I think about things, and my reaction to things. It has helped me to overcome my anger. That's something, not that I was like a rageaholic or, like an anger management kind of person, but I had a lot of anger, and still not 100% anger free yet, but I'm working on it for sure. And I think like to have anger is okay. It's just a matter of expressing it and how it manifests itself. So that's what's important to be mindful of. So that's the biggest thing. But just knowing this, and after that experience was that I like anger isn't my first instinct anymore. I just immediately, like, when I feel myself start to get angry, I just think, I catch myself and I realize, okay, what's the test here? Oh, they're trying to see if I'm going to react this way. Okay, I'm going to show them, I'm going to prove that I've grown by reacting a different way. And that's how I snap myself out of it. That's how I avoid that. It's not that I don't still feel the anger initially, it's that I don't act on it. And I think that's really the most important thing. But I'm also of the belief, though, that thoughts are indicative of your subconscious mind, which is exponentially more powerful than your conscious mind. So there are those that say, oh, well, thoughts don't matter at all. Actions definitely matter more on an interpersonal level, but your thoughts are also a reflection of your subconscious mind, which is reflective in maybe not necessarily the words that you say, but influences decision-making and judgment, perception, things like that, 100%, like undeniably. Those are influenced from the subconscious. So, where are your thoughts coming from? Why did I just think that? What caused me to think that? So being more aware of that is something that I think, because you can learn a lot about yourself that way. It's like these things that are instilled, things that you just like take for granted and don't even think about, like, oh, well, of course, like, do you know that though? Do you know that's true? Well, I mean, I just thought, it's like, okay, why do you think that? And so then and try to get to the center of it. And then it's like, okay, so there it is. That's the thing that influences your decision making or judgment or what have you. So, but yeah, so I feel like right now I'm being tested a lot. I'm not sure if this is like the peak of it or if it's gonna, I don't know. I mean, I just get the feeling that it's going to get worse before it gets better. And those two words are in quotation marks. But I'm just being a cool cucumber through anything. It's like, even if I have no money, even if I, get delayed on this or that, or I face adversity, hey, greatness is achieved through adversity, right? If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth doing. So I just have this... even if I lock my keys in my car, even if I get soaked in the rain, even if I get sunburned, even if I don't get a lot of sleep, even if my own mind is working against me sometimes, and whatever the adversity is, it's just like, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna keep moving forward. I'm gonna keep doing my thing, no matter what. And I think a part of that philosophy is admittedly based in a low self-esteem of just being like, hey man, like, I don't even have the right to complain about this. Like, It's like it's just sort of like a submissive kind of thing. Just like, okay, this is what I gotta do. This is what's happening. Okay, sure, I'll do it. You know, but so I still have that at my core, but then there's also the more like the confidence, the more assertive things, but a very fine line between that and aggression, because aggression goes against the submissive part. You know, whatever. It's like when people are angry, they usually exude this like superiority complex, which I just have never understood, and I still don't. Even though I've participated in that in the past. But getting really tired now. But yeah, that's the. What was I just saying? So yeah, so there's a lot of adversity, but I keep pushing through it, and I know that it's a chapter of my life, and I'm young, and there's going to be other chapters, and yeah, I'm along for the ride, you know. Let's see where this goes. Let's see what happens. And I'm gonna have fun any chance that I get, and I'm gonna keep learning, keep growing, keep improving, and you know, like I got to, man. I gotta succeed. If I take away all of the things that are holding me back, then I just have to succeed. It's as simple as that, man. If I remove everything from my life that's inhibiting me from reaching my goals, then I reach my goals, because there's nothing stopping me. So, fucking doing it. And I'm gonna do everything that I say I'm gonna do. And that's where I'm at right now. So I'm buckling down, putting my nose to the grindstone. There's one for you. And we're gonna get to the other side. It'll probably be over the summer though, so I'll be excited come October or so when we do the next one of these to give you all an update. But this concludes this season of Cold Night Chats. Thank you very much for those of you that have tuned in to multiple of these, and for those of you long-time subscribers to the channel for coming along with me on this ride, and whatever it is that you do. Or if it's your first time, welcome. And hopefully some of my content makes you laugh, makes you smile, makes you inspires you in some way, even if it's a small way, or you know, you get something from. I can't really say learn something because it's not really supposed to be educational, but I guess you could learn from anything, so maybe. But yeah, that's about all I got. And I just want to say, not to put myself in a certain boat or anything, but I do love each and every single one of you individually, not just collectively, but individually, like as people. I'm sure if I met you in person, I would find a long list of things to compliment you on, and find that we're more similar than we are different. And I think I can say that about anyone, really. So not to take away from you, but I just want you to know before I end this video that you are an amazing person. And you're capable of so much more than you realize, because you are part of a species that has not reached its full potential, not even close. But you can be part of what changes that. Put human beings on the map. It starts with you. Realize your worth, realize your greatness, realize your purpose, and go on your own journey. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if we find. Call me, text me, email me. I don't care. Get in contact with me somehow. Let's set this up. Let's do this. 2023. Here we go. All right. I'll see y'all in the next season.